Your will lies deep way under the surface, and like a fire needs coal in the furnace. This is your goal that makes it all worth it. This is your why that gives you your purpose. Let's go. Thoughts can keep you down, pushing deep until you drown, or they can keep you up strong, focused on the now. Glass half full. For me, manifest what I need, what I want, what I see. I could be anything, I attract all the things that I see. I believe I'll achieve as I breathe in and out again and again. I don't doubt, I sit and I plan, and I found out that I can execute if I'm driven, if I listen, if I learn all the wisdom. Read some books, something written, watch the best teacher system I invest. Your will lies deep way under the surface, and like a fire needs coal in the furnace. This is your goal that makes it all worth it. This is your why that gives you your purpose. Let's go. Thoughts can keep you down, pushing deep until you drown, or they can keep you up strong, focused on the now. Glass half full, or has it been emptied out? Well, that's all up to you and your mind. Do you doubt anything, everything, not a thing? Make my thoughts work for me, manifest what I need, what I want, what I see. I could be anything, I attract all the things that I see. I believe I'll achieve as I breathe in and out again and again. I don't doubt, I sit and I plan, and I found out that I can execute if I'm driven, if I listen, if I learn all the wisdom. Read some books, something written, watch the best teacher system I invest. Never hidden, I ain't scared, ain't no chicken, I take days. I'll be winning, you get back what you're giving. Find the reason that you're living, what you're good at, all your gifts and what you love. Take a risk and find out what you've been missing. Your will lies deep way under the surface, and like a fire needs coal in the furnace. This is your goal that makes it all worth it. This is your why that gives you your purpose. Your will lies deep way under the surface, and like a fire needs coal in the furnace. This is your goal that makes it all worth it. This is your why that gives you your purpose. Purpose is better than any drug you could ever think. If you know why you're doing something, that's all you need. I wake up ready for the day because I believe in everything that I'm doing like it was meant to be. I get fixated and captivated on learning things. Don't hesitate to ask questions, the answer that I need. It's out there somewhere, I swear I can find the recipe. By testing, learning, and turning into a better me. Your will lies deep way under the surface, and like a fire needs coal in the furnace. This is your goal that makes it all worth it. This is your why that gives you your purpose. Your will lies deep way under the surface, and like a fire needs coal in the furnace. This is your goal that makes it all worth it. This is your why that gives you your purpose.
What up, squirrels? Look, yo, my dog gotta say hi real quick because she get on my last nerve already, dude. Like, I can't. This whole time, she's been making this noise during this whole song. I was like, thank fuck I'm muted. She sounds so miserable, like she don't get none of the love and shit, dude.
So she's so neglected.
It does sound so pathetic. Tell everybody hi. Go ahead, say hi. Who's there? Now she won't say shit, dude. Pissing me off. Knock. My dog's about ready to start getting the table knocking because we're about to watch some stuff on Sammy, and then we're gonna visit Caltopo. Dude, she hurt me. She hurts me. Yep, cantaloupe. She's like, "What are we doing with cantaloupes?" I was like, "What?" And she's like, "Oh, duh, it's Caltopo." I was like, "Girl,
my bad. It's been a long day.
We cantaloupe. I got 50 wives already. You know."
Cantaloupe. I got 50 wives already.
All these nuts. I love all y'all though. How are you doing, babe? How was your Easter?
I'm good. Huh?
How was your Easter?
It was good.
You
the little one. The little one ran me ragged.
100% wild
sure. Mother of the year.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
I got fat and sassy with it, and
heck yeah.
So did Nova. Look, stop. Act right. Act right. Act right. Go see Brubby. Go see what Fee's up to. She's looking at me like she has no ears right now. Look, stop, bro. Like, I'm sick of fighting. Don't. Look,
Army said knock 3 times. This anime sus. Come on, Nova.
Right, really. Look, and she's telling on me too because look, I was looking up so much stuff today, like I can't help myself. I just can't help it. All kinds of little nuggets. I was like, oh, she got an award and shit. Good for her.
Did you see Mary? Mary said my mom would say it says cantaloupe tonight. My dad's got the car. Oh, that's great. All right, what we doing? We watching Sammy shit tonight?
Yeah, well, first I want to watch this because like this dude, I keep going back on him. I can't stop watching Speak Van Holding stuff. Like the shit he was saying in the beginning still reads like it rings so true to me still. And I really like I fuck heavy with this dude. I'm not gonna lie. Like the shit he was spitting in the very beginning, I still.
Yep.
Listen, Sammy, baby, this one's for you, honey. If you're listening, Megan. If not, go tell her to watch this. Okay.
Record it.
Okay,
for
she
her,
missed
Megan.
this the first time. Yeah, we got. Yeah, get your DVR ready or something.
Pull out your VHS.
If y'all don't know who Speak Van Holding is, like I don't like this video itself got 44,000 views, y'all. I'm probably 1,000 of them because I always go back to his videos. I'm gonna drop his link to this video in the chat if it actually let me do it.
Everybody go hit that sub.
I don't know why this isn't like yeah. Make sure you subscribe. My notification bell's off on this video too. What is going on? Give me all of them. Like I want to reach out to him again and ask him if he'll do a little updater on what he thinks about Kiely Rodni's case right now. I would love to hear him on what he has to say now because I just went to
turn my notification bell on.
Yeah, I don't know what was that. It was weird. But just dog. No, look, she's already knocking. Sammy sus. Is she? My dog's a little turn signal. All right, let's do this shit.
All right.
Samantha Smith, the woman who hosted the Plaza Creek Ranch party. I'm talking directly to you. Now, I'm going to roll this video where you made these statements because they contradict one another. And I want to show you by these statements, you suspect number one. So check it out.
I have the last call to her.
I'm sorry, this is so low. Let me turn it up.
The last person pretty much who knows what was happening.
Smith got a ride home from the party at the end of the night. She says Rodney was planning to spend the night at the campground.
I know that she was not in the right mindset or state to drive.
Weird.
And
That's
if
a weird
she were to
statement.
have driven, she wouldn't have made it far.
She protected her ass.
That somebody may have offered to drive her home. And
he always does or tries to.
So this is a common misconception.
This is a common misconception, Sammy dear. Everything you speak is like it's a walking contradiction. Like it tumbled into the truckee all on its own. Like
so truckee knees.
like anybody that is law enforcement that listens to this girl's recount of what happened that night, like it really doesn't take that heavy of a detective, armchair or not, to understand like this girl is number one suspect. I'm sorry, but I'm really not.
She was not being driven home, and she was not driving. So okay, at the end of the party, when she called, when I saw her, she was supposed to give me a ride home because I had asked her to give me a ride home because I wanted to stay later. I then realized later in the party that I believe she was drunk, and I knew she was drunk, and so I did not want her to be driving me home, because I know about drunk drivers and all that, and so
I want to know. Hold on.
Yep.
All right. So on that note, because I think I asked you this, but I don't know if I ever got an answer.
Oh no, my scroll's wrong.
I want to know. Yeah. Sorry. She said in that interview, it said, because I know all about drunk drivers and everything.
Yeah.
What does she mean? Because I heard there was an incident.
Are you attacking Phoenix? What are you getting? Wow, bro. I'm sorry. That was my dog's fault. Anyway, it was.
She's terrified.
But
she's scared of the laundry hamper. I'm sorry.
I thought I heard somebody say something about a car accident. And
6 months prior. Yeah, 6 months prior.
Who was that?
I think it started with a fight.
Is that her car?
No, you're scaring the dog. Get it out of the house. Take it out of the house. You're making her freak the fuck out, bro. I know. What is that? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, y'all. I'm terrified of the laundry hamper, I guess, that I just got for Fee. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. She's trying to attack the hamper. She thinks it's an intruder.
But no, there was something said about that. If anybody knows what that is, can you put it in chat or email me?
Now say it again, since my dog was barking all over that so rudely. My apologies.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop my email in the chat. If somebody knows what that's about, if somebody can send that to me, because I can't remember. I just know that it was said somewhere along the line about
like there was a car accident, right?
There was somebody got hurt. Driver car accident thing, but something with her or whatever. But that's when she says that in that Tony Dodge video where she's like, because I know all about drunk drivers and that. And I was like,
it's almost like that's the reason why she's not supposed to drive or something. I don't know. I'd like to know. I'm interested. Yeah. If anybody has any information on that, please email.
I feel like somebody said it, but I can't remember.
Yeah, I remember hearing. I heard a bird, but I don't remember like what species.
Yeah, me neither.
I don't know if it was a hawk or an owl or a mourning dove or what it was.
On that note, I'll go ahead and keep playing.
Or a lion or a tiger or a snake or a mouse. I'm not sure.
Or she would find a ride home because she's a smart girl. She's smart enough to know she's smart. And so then I found her as I was leaving the party. I was making sure to find her to tell her that I had another ride home and that
like I'm pretty sure she made this whole story up all by her little self. I do. She's telling it as it's playing, like she's making it up as she's. Damn.
I loved her and I want to say bye and for her to have fun at the party. Bitch. And then when I left the party, we were pretty much on 89 with my ride, and she called me as I was in the car in the passenger seat, and she was like, "Hey, where are you? Do you still need a ride home?" And I was like, "No, I'm okay. Like I'm in the car right now. I'm like getting driven home now." But Kiely,
I'm driving. I'm getting driven home right now.
Yeah, and that's like I think she's making this shit up as she going along and hoping people buy her bullshit. Because she's inserting so many narratives, it could possibly be any one of those. You figure it out for her. Stop barking at the fucking hamper, dude. Like, this is redonkulous. Hide it. Run. Go fast. Go fast. This dog is going to attack my child. Knock him down for his hamper.
And I was under the impression that she would either sleep there or find another ride home. And it was.
There's two narratives right there already.
Yep.
Technically a total of 3 because she says 2 at the same time. Like One sentence after another, but then it contradicts what she just said before that.
Not known that anybody was going to give her a ride home. She was
Like,
not
she
when she
thinking it
called me.
up.
She
She's
was not in
catching
a
the
car. I
thought.
could hear the party.
She's looking at the thought she's thoughting, you know? She's catching them as they're flying by. That's why it sounds like truckinese. Everybody's just making shit up at this point.
And many people talking in the background.
The party, right? You were at the party with her?
Yes, I was the last person to contact her after the
Shouldn't
party.
have said
and
that.
I was with her basically throughout the
You
entire
look like the
party.
last person in that
That
photo,
somebody else
too.
was involved during the night. People like people Truckee and Tahoe feel the same way. Just that.
This little girl seemed like she got a whole lot of last, her hands on a whole lot of last in this story. You know what I mean? It was just fucking weird, dude. Deputy Sammy here.
There was somebody else involved because they haven't found a car yet. They've done helicopter searches over Prosser and all of Truckee. Everybody's looking everywhere constantly for her and her car.
Look, if she's a child, she don't need to be knowing all this information. She is literally like running the case. She knows all the details. Yep, I love what he's about to say. You already get this?
Now, Samantha Smith.
Yes.
Can you tell me why you stated at one point Kelly Rodni was planning on sleeping at the ranch? Then you said you assumed she would sleep at the ranch or get a ride home. At this point, we know that you are lying. Moreover, you also stated that prior to leaving the party, you made it your business to find her and hug her to tell her to be safe that you was leaving. So at this point,
it's almost like she hugged her with a brick or a K-hole or something. You know what I mean? She fell in a K-hole.
She pushed
it is
her
alleged that you left
Get it, girl. Go ahead. I'm hearing you.
while she's still at the party. You also just stated in a clip that I showed that you contacted her after the party. So we already know this had to be by phone call. What time did you contact her? Okay. But here's the problem. You said you contacted her after the party, but yet you said while you was being driven home at 12:36, Kelly Rodni called you and said, "Hey, where are you? Do you still need a ride?" You said, "Oh, no, I'm already in the car in the passenger seat being driven home." This is 12:36 a.m. You said while you was on the phone with her at this point, you can hear the music and talking at the party. So the party's still going on while you going home. That is another conflict in the statements you have given. Now, what really troubles me, Samantha Smith, is this. After a while that Kelly Rodni was missing, you and all her purported friends, Kate Kumo, Magdalena Larson, and yourself, stated she was in a party drinking and hanging with her druggy friends. You call these her friends, but yet you already say these guys that showed up with these drugs, these older guys, y'all didn't know them. That's another conflict in what you're saying.
You see Williams in chat, right?
Now, as I've been thinking.
Say what?
Williams in chat, right? You see that?
Oh, yes. Yes.
Thinking about this since the last 48 hours. This is what I come up with. You claim to be drinking out the same cup that Kelly Rodni was. So I had to ask myself, what two grown women would drink out the same cup unless one of the individuals had an agenda with that cup? You know how inconvenient it is to be passing a drink back and forth when there's plenty of alcohol there for you to have your own cup? I tell you what, I bet you she, in case there was DNA somehow pulled off that cup, she had to make up a reason why her fingerprints were on a cup with Kiely Rodni's on it. Where'd that cup go? Who helped clean up that party?
Why? It disappeared out of that picture.
You messed up.
It did. It's just like in that picture how you think it's a cup, but the closer you look, it ain't no
Must
cup.
be the same one they was drinking out of.
It's got that trucky poof go to it. Right before the picture got took, you know?
When you said you was drinking out the same cup. You know why? Because she's 16 years old.
Yep.
You're 18.
Yep.
You're not legally able to drink, but you're an adult.
Mm-hmm.
So you just asserted, which it can be used as evidence against you,
Facts.
that you was drinking with a minor, providing alcohol to a minor.
And this is why everybody got amnesty, but it don't work that way. That's not how the law works.
Hey, y'all see him in chat. Y'all go sub up his channel real quick, please.
Yeah, go sub his shit up, dude.
Yeah, definitely.
I've been watching this video. Like, I watch this video at least once a week.
I've been watching him from the jump.
And I have been watching this video shoot up in views like you wouldn't believe. And I know it's not me. Like, I know I'm not watching it that much. I ain't that crazy, you know.
I watched him before I met you.
Yeah. I watched him before I met me too.
Yo.
This man from the jump, like, he didn't, like, if you guys don't watch his Lindsay video, and like he points to people and was like, look, this is why you look suspect. Exactly. And still nobody has answered his questions. And I still have the same questions.
Exactly. We all have the same questions.
And now it's to the point we got 4 months left. And if we aren't going to hold these kids responsible, it's time we hold law enforcement responsible for doing their jobs that they did not do.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Same with coroners. Like, if you don't want to make these kids be responsible for what happened to this child at a party, then law enforcement, you failed this child. The coroner failed this fucking child. Sure if her family and friends want to fail her, that's fine, but I'm not going to be that person too. I'm sorry. Not happening. Nope. And I see we have an army behind Kiely, and I'm going to keep going.
And it's getting louder.
Oh, it's getting so loud. I love the sound of it.
Mm-hmm.
There is no evidence that Kelly Rodni had alcohol in her car.
Nope.
There's no evidence of that. But now, if you host this,
I want to know who put it there.
Party.
Because they were
if you host this party,
all full cans.
Yeah. And they weren't open. That's what's weird.
They weren't open.
They weren't open. They were just sunk to the bottom of her car. That's weird.
Yeah,
that's weird as hell. It's weird. It's weird. Labels all up and out, perfect for the camera. It's too set up, y'all. It's too set up. You set AWP up, and that's bullshit. I'm sorry. I'm angry about that. You set a lot of people up, and like at the end of the day, you set a 16-year-old child up to not survive, and I'm not okay with that at all by any means.
But now, if you host this party, that would mean that you had to be in your own vehicle. Think about it. You grown, hosting a party. Where is your car? You hosting a party. How can you host a party? Do you have any refreshments at the party? What did you bring to the party?
What did you bring to the party?
That's a question that hasn't been answered. But you know what strikes me about this party? Kate Kumo, Magaline, and you appear to be the only 3 friends that she purportedly had at the party.
And Kate pretend like she wasn't there.
But the strange thing about it,
allegedly,
it's already known that you wasn't a friend of Kelly Rodni. But yet you claim to have hung with her all throughout the party, drinking out the same cup. What was in that cup? Lean, codeine, and what was in that cup that you felt a need to share with Kelly Rodni?
Yeah.
Because you definitely wasn't drinking what was in that cup.
Nope.
The cup was your idea.
Because she didn't end up in the water.
Because
I think there's a real reason why that puppet cup picture exists.
Yep.
And it's pointed me to so much about that cup and that cup they shared at that party. And there's a reason why little Miss Sammy Smith inserted so much narrative to make things go in her favor.
Of course.
And I truly hope, I truly hope that because you don't have that type of evidence with the DNA, the fingerprints, all of that stuff. I mean, they made sure the car was submerged in the water in hopes that DNA would be destroyed. Like, there's other ways. Go look at that last known video photo of Kiely and start there, maybe. I don't know. Somewhere.
Yeah.
Better start somewhere because we're just going to get louder.
Why two people would be drinking out the same cup unless one of them had an agenda with the cup. Now, you stated that y'all was going back and forth to the car to get alcohol and to charge your phones. Here's something that stuck out to me. At 12:33, it is reported that was the last time her phone was ever on.
Yep.
The problem is, since she's been charging her phone at the car, why would her phone go dead?
Yeah. Why?
See, that's crucial. That a lot of people really don't understand.
Right.
At that point, when that phone went dead at 12:33, that is when Kiely Rodni was dead. Somebody knew.
That's what I think too.
Me too.
You
That's
know,
not when
and I
she went in the
can't.
water, but that's when she died.
No. Yeah, she was definitely dead before that 12:36. That was just a phone call to make it look like she had a phone call with Kiely Rodni. Like, I hope forensics got this bitch's phone. I hope the law is doing what they're supposed to do. I'm just going to check up on it and make sure it's happening. And I advise everybody that's out there that listens to check up. Start getting a hold of the coroner on his investigation, like how he came to the conclusion he did. Ask him questions. Put heat on these people.
Yep.
Keep doing it.
Emails only take a couple minutes, guys.
Yeah, just keep pressing emails. Like, after a while, there's going to be so much influx. Like, there's going to be no way that they can avoid not answering questions. Like, they have already claimed that her death is an accidental drowning. Okay? Prove it.
Yep.
Prove it. Prove it. At this point, prove it. Time is running out.
Knew she was dead, and that's you. And I'm gonna tell you how I know it was you, Samantha. You say she called you at 12:36, but that's not possible. And you said, "Hey, see, you already know she was dead." And look,
by what law enforcement is claiming, there is no way that if Kiely Rodni's phone, that yes, she charged off and on all night long. Like, I'm still was trying to make it make sense. Somebody purposely turned off her phone. But then they realized they fucked up and tried to make the call to the phone to fake a phone call.
Which they will know that when they got her phone.
Yeah, that's the thing is I think somebody has the phone. I think they're making sure that the evidence that's on Kiely Rodni's phone can never be seen.
Because they can tell if it was powered off, if it was a manual shut off, or if it died.
If you have enough evidence on something, this amazing thing happens, and it's called search warrants, and they can come and cease and desist.
Look at Alec Murdoch. They could tell where his
Murdoch. Where
his wife's rolled across the fucking air on the way out the window.
Like, and if the FBI is smart, like, they're going to confiscate her phone and triangulate all of her movements. You're not like, with the day and age we live in a way they could track people and single in on them and do satellite imagery and all that shit. You're not telling me they can't triangulate these phones. I'm sorry. I don't buy it. I don't buy it.
Nope.
I don't buy it. The only way they're not doing that is if they don't have her phone. Somebody has it. And there is enough evidence to arrest Sammy Smith.
I heard they had her phone.
I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't want to be hearing. I want law enforcement to confirm.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Start making phone calls.
My theory is this: at this point, you know she's dead.
Thank you.
That's why it's crucial for the police to know who drove you home.
Yep.
And what time did you get home? And I believe that if you did go home, it would be on some of your neighbor's cameras, security cameras.
That's what I'm saying.
Nobody has mentioned.
Why in this story is there no video footage at all? None exists.
All these $1 million homes on this lake, and
no ring cameras, no highway cameras,
camera.
no cameras from the kids that were at this badass fucking crazy party. I'm sorry, if you're scared, you're gonna videotape it. If you're having a good time, you're gonna videotape it. Where is the fucking footage? Show me that there was a party.
Yep.
Show me. Like, I'm tired of being quiet about this. Like, this little girl's time is running out on what is actually in her system and it properly getting tested. And I don't understand why anybody that can prove a DNA match that that's a blood relative and this is what you want done, like your time is running out to get it tested for any any drugs that they didn't test for, which are the most important ones, the most crucial drugs they did not test for.
Sure didn't.
The toxicology report fucking reeks. The autopsy reeks. Where's the diagram to point out everything that was wrong with her body? Like, I didn't even get to see like a little chalk outline person and you like point to the boo-boos or any of that. Same with Trinity Backus.
And
like, it's like these autopsy reports aren't complete.
I'm watching the Letitia Stout case right now. And when they put his autopsy up, they had that little chalk outline.
Yeah. Even if you don't have pictures of the actual body or redacted pictures like that, you always have that in an autopsy. Why is that lacking?
They had both.
And then you hurry up and cremate. Like, something needs to be investigated with the coroner's office. For sure. Some fucky ass shit is happening.
Fucky and trucky.
Yeah. This is how I know that whole community is on some bullshit.
Yep.
Ain't nobody asking these real questions.
No.
Who did you ride home with? Samantha?
Yeah.
What time did you arrive home?
Yes.
Samantha?
Yep.
Now, you also stated that this party got real scary.
Army for Jesus, her dad could go to NMS Labs and he could submit a to have the toxicology report completely redone and then state what he wants included. Like, he might have to pay some money and I'd be willing to help him get that money together if the money's the problem.
Yeah.
It just seems like money's not the problem in that area. So I don't see why, like, somebody is not paying to have her toxicology report redone and tested for some drugs that should have been tested for. Like, there's a lot of drugs that should have been tested for that were not.
Mm-hmm.
And if they are in her system, why are they in her system?
And how? And
how? Yes. Because I don't foresee her ingesting anything outside of the THC spectrum and maybe every once in a while throwing a couple back with her friends. Like, I don't see Kiely as this lush they painted her.
Well, at first she wasn't.
Like, you're telling me that a 16-year-old kid that is graduated 2 years early with high honors is out fucking her life up with these scumbags that don't give two fucks about her?
At first they said she was so responsible.
Like, I'm sorry, if you care about your friend, you're going to want justice for her. And you want to tell on anybody to get there.
Somebody better speak up.
Like, I'm starting to lose respect for the people that claim, and then they shit on us because we actually do care about her. They can fuck off with that bullshit. I'm going to start keep playing videos and showing shit that I feel I want to show. If you don't like it, then just show me the fucking proof and I'll move the fuck on.
Yeah.
Like, actual proof. Prove me wrong is what I'm giving you the chance to do, to shut me the fuck up so I can move on to the next case. But here we are. And I'm not letting it go until answers come out.
Yep.
Will not.
Why would Kelly Rodni want to sleep in the woods under these conditions with grown men with drugs and people that's scary at this party in the woods?
Ask yourself that.
That don't even sound right. Remember, she's a smart girl, right?
Yes.
But you know, when you say, yeah, she's a smart girl.
That's a little bit.
Oh, she's a smart. You indicated that you was highly jealous of this girl.
Right.
You got a motive. There is a motive. You have a motive. And you know why I know you.
And in her eulogy, she says how Kiely was just laughing and she was just crying away. Huh.
You killed this girl, that you had something to do with it. You uttered the statement in an interview. Somebody else had something to do with it. You say somebody else.
Look, I'm sorry, but I wonder if the girls that are on the swim team with her are kind of a little bit scared of her, because I would be.
You didn't say other people. You said somebody else. Why would you make that statement that somebody else has something to do with it? But at first, y'all was trying to act like maybe she's out by herself somewhere being alone.
No.
It don't add up. You know,
No.
here's another thing. Over time, when she was missing, y'all started creating this bizarre situation, like, or this concept that she was hanging. She had these druggy friends, that these friends that showed up at the party with these drugs was her friends, and that she was hanging with them. I don't buy that. Because Samantha, you already said that these people that showed up at the party, y'all didn't know.
Hey.
Yep.
So Aaron just said if her phone died at 12:33, then why did her life 360 shut off 30 minutes prior? Make that.
If Kylie's death was accidental, then Life 360 should have turned off at the same time.
It should have.
Yes. Yeah.
Absolutely right.
It'll show
And that's the thing. Thank you, honey. Thank you.
She's got my iPad. She's controlling chat right now.
Like, I'm glad she's chiming in too. But yes, that's a very fucking good point. Like, none of the time frame, like if you look at it as an investigator or look at it for information, like there's too many discrepancies. There's too many holes in Sammy's story.
Yeah, that don't make sense because they would all go off at the same time. She's right.
And like, is the mom protecting, like at this point, like, I'm sorry, Lindsay, you've had so much time to come forward and be like, these people forced me to tell this lie. And I just want justice for my daughter. But you're doing none of that. None of that. Nope. And I'm sorry, but your daughter's liver sample that you can't have destroyed, like you can't get that part of Kiely. But that part of Kylie's running out. And that is why, like, I feel like Daniel is the only one with a right head on his shoulders. And he truly wants to know what happened to his daughter.
And I really hope that he hurries up and speaks.
Yeah, and I'm not saying, like, for one, I would get a DNA test just to provide proof that that is the remains of who it is. But I would go further as to get the liver sample tested for whatever drugs that don't have a time limit, like ketamine, methamphetamine,
fentanyl,
GHB. They could probably still get off of a liver sample. If they suspended it properly, like they should still be able to get these things out of a liver sample. It's the first thing it's going to go to.
So I also heard today that, which may be a reason why we were all questioning why the liver sample and not anything else.
There's everything. There's so much.
I heard that the liver sample, which I know the liver sample holds everything, but I heard that the two main organs,
brain and eye,
is also your spleen too. But because of decomp, your liver is the last thing to decomp that much. So that's why they can use your liver. So I got that verified today, just so y'all know.
Yeah. Like, and it bothers me that they say she had no eyes to do vitreous fluid off of when they know damn well her eyes were intact. They were probably.
So then how'd they get the color of her eyes on her autopsy?
Yeah, like you literally did an autopsy and you stated what color her eyes appeared in color. So you're lying right there. Like, she had eyes. And you know she had eyes. And that's.
I mean,
this is why I'm so disgusted with Dr. Reber as a coroner himself, is because he knows the bullshit that he's doing. Like, one, you can go and read this on public documents on Google. You can go research the cases that he's botched, the people he's had been put in fucking prison for things they didn't do. Now he's he's a second president of like the Coroners Association or some shit of all of California. Like, and you guys hold this guy to honor, and he's literally fucking up autopsies for you.
Yep.
For your benefit. And you don't see something wrong with that. Like, he needs to be investigated. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. Something really fucking weird is going on with his autopsies. And how nobody doesn't look at every single template that he uses and see that everything that he uses, it's the same template with that same whiteout, which makes
it makes
him
it null and
using that
void.
document, knowing full well, people have probably pointed it out. That's probably the loophole he's finding, is that there's white out on these documents that make them null and void anyway. So he wouldn't be held responsible because it's null and void because there's white out on it.
Yep.
And you're telling me he continues to do all of these autopsies and you guys are taking his word for it when he's got white out on a medical
That's the first thing
finalized
they teach you in
document.
medical class.
Yes. And why there's no agency not questioning that, what's going on there, and demanding that he changes his autopsy reports to make them factual and now on him evidence.
Right.
I don't know. It's just it's odd to me that we're that people aren't being held accountable, but it's coming. I told y'all one way or another, it's coming.
Yep.
I don't care what domino I have to flick to get this shit going, but we're all doing it all at once, and there ain't nothing you can do to stop a squirrel. Because there's many of us.
They were scary, and you couldn't believe at the age some of these people was, but you never called the police. You never asked these grown folks to leave your party.
Right? Look.
Yeah.
Now, here's another interesting thing.
Right? If some weird ass people show up at your party and they're not supposed to be at your party, you're going to be like, leave. Get the fuck out.
Yeah, you didn't call nobody?
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, you painted the boys, oh, they blocked shit off and scared them out. No, is that really how it went down? Because I don't think it is.
No.
I don't. I don't think that's how that scenario went at all. But you're telling me all these weird ass men showed up with drugs. At one point, you're saying it's Kiely's friends, but another time it was scary, man. You got to get the fuck out of there. You were so scared yourself.
It was these old men.
But you left your friend behind.
Yep, you were so scared. You left your best friend.
So scared. Yeah. You didn't just say, fuck it, let's leave your car behind. Come with us.
Yeah.
That's a part of the problem.
Mm-hmm.
And I see so many holes in what they allegedly say happened that night that I just can't buy it.
No.
I can't.
It doesn't make sense. Nothing adds up.
And I get that maybe you only got so much information and these kids just aren't talking. That's why you interrogate them. Go interrogate them now and see if their stories match. The ones you already interrogated, see if they match. Because I bet you're going to start to see a lot of holes in their story.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be totally different now than it was 6 months ago.
Yep.
They play victim cry.
And you should start with Sammy Smith.
Samantha, you said in a interview that this is another misconception.
Right.
It was not known that anybody would give her a ride. Hold up. Y'all friends. She's allegedly drunk, but none of y'all gave her a ride. See, there's only one thing that I can get out of what you're saying. You already stated you were the last person to talk to her. And that's true.
Aaron, that's how they work the system and get through the loopholes, okay? So if you have an autopsy that's null and void, normally they would exhume the body and but there's no bodies. Like, that's the going thing with Reber's reports, is like all the reports tied to him, well, most of them, I can't say all, they're rapid cremations. Like, within 3 days, they cremate the remains. They did the same thing with Amy Morris. Like, the family didn't even get a chance to say whether they were doing or don't. They did it anyway and then just bill you. And that's the way that the system works there. Like, you don't even get the what? You don't get to say when or how or what. It's just like the coroner and all them people take over, like, what's going to happen to your like, family member, and that's
it's like higher up comes in and says, here's your money, make this disappear, and your family don't have no say in it.
Yeah. It's weird. It's weird that their process is, okay, we're going to cremate them, we'll bill you later. That's right. That's not how that works.
Yeah, the community took care of it.
Yeah, and it's weird because the community seems to keep taking care of, like, a lot of their cases, though. Because if you look at so far back in all these cases, like, a lot of them are cremated. I understand we're trying to save the planet and we're trying to do the right thing by not putting any more bodies in our earth, and I get that. But the autopsies reports, what you're claiming as suicides or accidents, aren't really that at all. And it's weird. You guys got a lot of red rum happening in your town, and y'all okay with the fact that it don't exist, but it does.
It does.
But it does. And everybody's just okay with sweeping it under the rug. Another day, another dollar. I'm not okay with that. I'm sorry. That's corruption.
But see, what got people confused is this, because they're trying to read too much into it.
Mm-hmm.
If you were the last person to speak with her, you said this.
Mm-hmm.
And the only way a person can say this here is they was the actual last person to speak to her.
Brother, say it. Say it.
So
say it loud.
It is not possible for anybody under no set of circumstances to say they was the last person. Let me give you an example.
Sure. Two things Sammy Smith was so sure of that night is that Kiely didn't win no fight. And this right here. She is certain she was the last person to speak or talk to her. She's for sure. It's common misconception, y'all, is that she knows she did something really fucked up that night.
Samantha, if my friend John Doe come to my house right now,
yep,
and he leave,
yep,
and he leave,
yes,
4 hours later he come up dead, I can only say he left here at this time. After that, I don't know what happened. Exactly. I can't say that I was the last person to speak with him or to see him unless that was the real case. So I don't know how serious Placer County Police Department is taking this here, because I think that they knew that vehicle was down there in that water. And
I think they need to be evaluated on their competency of doing their jobs. Because I don't see it. I don't see the effort. I don't see the 19,000 man hours worth of effort in this case, at least. Ooh.
They didn't want nobody to find it. That's why they told Adventure with Purpose. They wasting their time when they go there. But Adventure with Purpose says, you know what, we're going to still check that out.
I'm glad they did.
And they found it. When they found that, you went on social media. I saw it myself. You said, no, they didn't find it. They didn't find her. That was very odd for a person to come on social media and say this. You know why you said that? Because at the time, you thought they was in Boca. So you knew
that's where they sent them.
Lou, I was just talking about this today, and the fact that they interrogated that boy, because they all try to throw the outcast, the misfit under the bus, because they knew they could get a motive to try to fit his intentions, which were not that. Like, they weren't.
Exactly.
They weren't that. The fact that you interrogated this boy 3 times, but yet you ain't do the same thing to Sammy Smith, something's real fucky about that, you know? Like, go back and do it at least one more time. One more again and see what happens.
I'll give you a whole list of people to interrogate.
Yeah, you should ask them questions and see if their story lines up with the narrative from day one, because I bet you it does not. I bet you it fumbles a lot. I bet you the whole thread gets cut and it just flops open.
He wouldn't be in the Boca Creek out there. You knew that. That's why you said, no, they ain't found her. That's why you said that. Because like I said,
think about this, like I think about this all the time. And like, now that I know what I know, it's, if you think the way, that's why I'm trying to put everything in chronological order. When she's sitting in her car and she's like, they ain't found them. I know it's not, there's no way it could possibly be. She thought they were still up searching. And that's why she told on herself. And I don't know how any law enforcement other than the locals, like, stop thinking that take their word for it. Like, I hope this is why the FBI still has this case open. Like, I truly do, because this is fucking insane to me how, like, that girl ain't got handcuffs on her and being forced into an interrogation room and grilled for 8 hours. She a grown-ass adult and we're just letting it be. Why? Who is this? Is this family paying people off? I just want answers, man. All I want is the truth for Kiely.
Exactly.
I'll stop when you put it out there.
You put that car in that water.
Ding, ding, ding.
You, with the help of somebody else, put that car
Ding, ding,
Kiely
ding.
Rodni car in that water. That
Yes.
I stand on. You put that car in that water.
And I'm going to stand on that too. I'm going to stand on that too. I'm going to leave it at that. This man, like his videos, I could just keep watching them over and over and over and over again because, yeah, and it's like everything this girl's been doing, all the videos since Kiely Rodni went missing, she's been throwing this shit in people's face, be it a straight up, like, she knows what she got away with. And she's literally throwing it in everybody's face. Now she made the swim team, y'all. If this shit ain't weirder and weirder and weirder by the fucking minute. I wouldn't want to be on a swim team with that girl, though. I know that. All right. I'm going to hop into this thingy right here because I've been wanting to do this for a minute. So, I figured I'd find out who created the Caltopo app, where it came from. And I was pretty shocked to find out that, well, I'm going to look into Matt Jacobs here to find out, like, how deep he is in the truckie community, San Francisco area, because he started this search and rescue organization in San Francisco, like the San Francisco Bay Area, in 2010. So this is a California ran SAR app,
Right.
which means people could easily take people's names out of this map. But I still want to look at the map because the names that are on it, I think, are the people that cared. The more I look at this, it's the people that actually cared for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
So the way that I'm going to do this so that it makes it easier for everybody to kind of get it, because I know I'm personally trying to focus on, like, I can't believe how fast this computer works now. Whoa, like, there were so many people that actually searched for her. Like, truly.
Oh, yeah.
Truly. Like, the names in this region right here are insane. How many people actually looked for this little girl? Like, I'm not saying that the entire community failed her. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is
we've always
people,
been truthful about the whole town ain't sus.
like, I don't know how this community is not in an uproar. Like, you guys literally took your time. You take your time to go out and look for these people, and your own, who's supposed to protect and serve you, is corrupt to the core. To the core. Like, literally, this is the one that concerns me so fucking much, dude. This man, literally, these two people, Juan and Christopher Ferrari. And I know I have a Ferrari that comes in my chat room. And if you are related to him, please reach out to me. I have some questions I would like to have some answers to. Because this person that was literally over Kiely's car, like literally at this point, on this day that he was there, he would have seen her car. And if he would testify in court that I didn't see no car, say, let's go through. I want to go through this list of people because I want to make sure that I get the date that he was over her vehicle. Right. Okay, this is August 16th. So, yep. On August 16th, we can confirm. Look at this fucking map, y'all. Like, you're not telling me that these two people didn't see her car. The only way that they didn't see her car is if her car was not in the water. So now we have confirmation from search and rescue that Kiely's car and remains were not in that water up until the 15th when they stopped doing the search and rescue.
Yep.
And then you have Juan Abarca, who, that's his name, right? Juan Sanchez Abarca. Okay, yeah. Juan Sanchez, Check It TV. And I know this man has gotten a lot of flack, but he was literally almost over, like, Kiely's car was in between these two men. And where her car was upside down, they would have seen the spot in the water for how shallow her car was in this water. Like, this is testimony that they can say, I did not see a car in the water. Okay, then How did her car
How did
get
it
in the water?
appear?
Okay. How did her car go from not being there to then being there on the 17th? I'm sorry, but there's a reason why this 17 is so fucking important.
Yep.
This is like just seeing this on Caltopo. This is why I wanted to get a faster computer so I could actually visit the Caltopo app in real time. So you have Search and Rescue that started a search for Kiely Rodni on August 9th and concluded their major search on the 15th. But you also have a beautiful thing happening here where two men could testify in court and say, 1, I was there on the 16th and I saw no car. 2, I was on there at the 16th, 17th, and 18th and I saw no car. Like, what date was Juan here? 8/17 confirms that he was there in the morning and her car wasn't there. So how did her car get in the water? I don't know why law enforcement is not being asked these questions. Where the fuck is the CHP report? Like, this shit is getting old. Release something. Release some fucking truth on Kiely. She deserves that. She's 16 years old. Come on now.
We have a P.O. box. It's all anonymous, y'all. Come on.
Yes. Like, I would love for Juan or Christopher Ferrari to reach out to me so I can ask them questions on the day. This is the 16th and this is the 17th. I want to know what the CHP report says, but nobody's talking.
Yeah.
Why he got real weird and he stopped. Like, I think it's because of the way people treated him. I'm not gonna lie. I think
I was the same way. Yeah.
The fact that he is a medical doctor in what he does, in the field that he does, he should know enough to bag something and not it all up and wipe DNA off of it. I'm curious if he was told to go there and do that, or I got questions, Juan. Or he truly wanted to do this out of the kindness of his own heart. And maybe he fucked up. Maybe he got so excited and had it on a live that he didn't think about bagging it or preserving. I mean, I know I was there during the live when it literally took hours and hours and hours of me trying to reach out to people for somebody to locally call the police department. And it took them 4 hours to help this man.
You see that comment? It says he's got stars behind his name because he most likely reported the car.
I don't know.
But if that's the case and he reported the car on the 17th, then why did it take AWP? To
like
come
if he reported this car, if he reported that there was a car in the water on the 17th, then we got some problems here.
Then we still got fucking problems, y'all.
Because then that means law enforcement knows that her car and her remains were there and didn't even bother to check it out.
Yep.
And then they just let somebody else find it because it's not their problem. Out of sight, out of mind. We're done. Our search is done here. No, it's a wrap. No, that's why that and this is what bothers me. I don't know how the group of the community of people that called this hotline and never got phone calls back, why they're not outraged and asking their community, like, did you call and you never got a phone call back? Okay. And then you get a group of 10. And then before you know it, you got a group of 1,000 people that said, hey, I called this tip line and nobody called me back.
Mm-hmm.
That goes to part of the case. I don't understand why people, I am offering you, like, I will not throw your name under the bus unless I know for certain this is going to court. Like, I would not do that to people that need to be protected.
I have people that reach out to me in emails all the time, and I never
reach out. We will not put your name out there. Like, I would just like people to reach out to me so we can build this case stronger, so that there's no way that people can backpedal out of this. Like, I know people are concerned. They don't want their kids involved. They don't want blah, 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 blah. But the thing that is
email. Nobody can figure it out. Just, it's time to start talking, y'all.
Yeah, it is. It really is. Especially for the people that have like the actual knowledge of it happening and are doing nothing. Those are the people that are going to wish that they would have gotten a plea deal and been like, okay, I'll tell it all if you make sure that I don't see jail time. And a lot of times they'll do that for you. As long as you weren't there and you didn't help put the car in water, like they'll do that for you. Trust me. They like when people tell on somebody. But what's going on in this story is not fair to Kiely. And I see the injustice that's going on here. And for anybody that doesn't like, open your fucking eyes. Like this baby deserves her justice. And then you got Candace that doesn't have a last name. She was here on 8/20. Do you see where she came out to? Like, she was literally, because you have to understand, if I change the layers here, I'll change it to, so you guys understand what's going on. Like, the dirt literally comes out this far.
Right.
This is the topography map. But hold on, let me pick the satellite map so you guys see. What's this one? Oh, I can only get live satellites if I do that. That's stupid. I don't want to pay for it. Aerial. This should work. No. Yes, it will. Okay.
Yeah, well, there you go.
So wait, nobody was actually out on the
in the water. They told them they couldn't, remember?
That's right.
Remember, they told them there was like so many feet you could go out, and that was it.
Like, and this dude looked.
But wait. Is that
no.
When the water was seated,
he would have been in the water.
I was wondering, because you know what I'm saying? When the water
yeah,
receded.
because the water receded back clear to here. When Kylie's car went in the water, yeah, like, I think these might... Christopher Ferrari, if you're out there, I would like to ask you questions. Simple questions like, did you kayak? Did you parasail? Were you on any type of raft in the water? Or was your search only on the beachfront there? Like, I just have questions. And I'm not like...
Chris says he has a YouTube.
I'm angry about the situation. You know, like, this is... It's... See, I could have sworn, like, I even could have sworn that, like, check it. This might have been him walking here and moving his kayak and stuff, but what I don't understand is why because he said he was magnet fishing over in this area too. Because this is where I could have sworn SF and him said that they met up at, or was it up in here? That's another thing was, where is SF's? There's a Candace. Like, all these people were supposed to check into the Caltopo map. You got Amanda. Like, yeah, where is SF? There's Michelle Herbert. I'm sorry if I'm saying your name. I'm not trying to say you're sus or anything like that. I'm just saying the names that are on this app. Like, I'm not trying to be an asshole to just anybody, you know? But there's just certain people I have some serious questions. Like, where did Juan meet up? Who's Pete Christian? I have questions for certain people. Like, and if me having to do it in privacy and me not make announcements on YouTube and what we're doing behind the scenes, I'm going to do that. Like, for anybody,
we already do that.
For anybody's name that I may have put out there, if you want to answer questions with me privately, I will do that, and I will not put it on YouTube.
We already talk to people that we don't put on YouTube.
Yep. And we keep our word. We keep our word. Like, I don't want to sit here and shit on people that should not be shit on. Like, Sammy, I just want you to make your story make sense, because, girl, it don't at all. Like, I can't. I've been doing this for 7 months, and all I see is a liar. Like, you're a straight psychopath in the shit that you're doing. And if I hurt your feelings that I've called you a psycho, prove that you're not one.
I agree.
You know, I would love to talk to Juan on, like, was he nervous and that's why he fucked shit up? Like, why he contaminated and wiped DNA off of evidence?
Maybe he got excited and
I don't know. Yeah, like, I have questions, and I would love for people to answer. I know that I can be intimidating, and that's okay too. But if I wasn't who I was, there's not many people carrying Kiely Rodni's case that won't give up on her. I'm not going to be one of them.
Me neither.
Like, and the other question I have is, like, for Zanime, like, what app did you use? Because I remember you saying that you checked in at the search and rescue. So did you use, because I don't see you on here unless you're Brittany Boitano. Like the only other person that walked through is Taylor, unless this is you, Taylor Martin. Is this you? Like, I just have questions. I want to know why people were where they were. Like, this is the only person that I could think is Zanime right here. You see the paths? You see the path that I'm pointing to you? It's the same path that Zanime took that day. It's fucking weird. Okay? Mm-hmm. All I want people to do is just make it make sense.
That's all we're asking, guys.
Like, I'm sorry, but Kiely Rodni deserves justice here. She really does. Like, maybe you might not want to admit that you walked further than what you did. I don't know. Like, I know your video is heavily edited, and I just have questions for you, honey. I'm sorry that, like, I try to clap back and troll your troll videos, but you got to admit it's kind of funny. Like, you got to admit it's really funny.
So, the one that they had to scan, they had that, what's it called? The thing that you scan, the QR code.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
was that for Caltopo?
I don't know. Like, that's what the questions that I've been asking people, like, a lot of people have said, yeah, I went there and, like, when I scanned it, it took me to the lens one. Like, this is how I got the link to lens one in the first place.
Right.
Was because somebody sent me the QR code. Thank you. So that I could get the link to this before they shut this down.
Yeah.
But now that I have the URL to it, like, it can't go away unless you pay it to go away. And guess what? That's why I'm doing what I'm doing right now. And that's why I've been. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I found that the other day.
Like, you would be stupid to make this poof now. But I feel like anybody that could be incriminated use the All Trails app.
Look, don't we?
And anybody that's actually a decent person is the person that used this app right here. And that's why they had no problem leaving this information here. Like, I have no desire to investigate anybody, like even Angel Sings, now that I know who she is. And, like, she was one of the very few people, like, I know this app so well that I'm, like, clicking on fucking lines and I know exactly who was where. That's ridiculous. Like, I shouldn't have to have this much knowledge. As a civilian, I shouldn't have to be this passionate about somebody's case and law enforcement not be this passionate.
How are we this passionate and your
customers
aren't this passionate?
They got a busted ass belief system, maybe. I don't know.
Gosh.
But all I know is I'm holding people accountable for their part in doing the autopsy and not making sure that there weren't proper, like, whose idea was it to not have certain things tested for? Like, you guys are fully aware. Like, you guys are every week doing a fentanyl bust. You're doing all of these things for fentanyl, but you made the autopsy look like you tested for fentanyl, but all you did was test for one type of fentanyl. Like, most of the fentanyl that is on the streets is lab created. It is synthesized, and you did not test for synthetic fentanyl. Why is that?
Yep.
You guys are fully aware that these kids do K parties at Boca, but you didn't test for ketamine. You didn't test for any rape drugs. Like, you didn't test for anything that could have possibly incriminated anybody because you were already dead set on making sure her autopsy looked like a fucking accident.
Yep.
Look at Trinity Backus's autopsy report. Look at Michael Shane Younger's.
They all look exactly the same. Just different names.
Yeah, something's weird. Like, I'm just curious of whose lungs he weighed for Kiely. Like, I'm still waiting for them to make that make sense. Was her lungs frozen? Were they... She was a singer. There's no reason why her lungs weighed 100 and 110 kilograms. None.
But what's funny is they had a, which I have, they had a let's clean up Donner Lake.
Yeah. Yeah, I heard about
day
that.
or two before Kiely went missing.
Why? Are they trying to prep for something?
Why were they I mean, I'm just saying. They also had a movie in the park during Kiely being missing.
Like, I just
because they watched The Incredibles.
I don't understand why these people that walked all around here did not ask
at Prosser
questions.
at the amphitheater in Prosser.
What?
During the time that they were looking for Kiely, they watched The Incredibles.
What?
Sure did.
What?
They sure did.
Was Lindsay like the elastic liar, or are we sticking to like
I know, right?
I don't know, man. Sammy's
You
the
should-
elastic liar.
You
Like
should have
I
that
just
picture somewhere.
this shit is crazy to me. Like, look how many people you guys fooled. Like, you had these people out here looking for her, knowing damn well her car wasn't in the water.
Oh, Rumble, don't get me started on that tattoo, because it was not in the same spot it was when they found her. How does your
That's
tattoo?
what I'm saying. It doesn't, like, and that's the thing, is like a tattoo. And another thing that don't make sense to me is like they're out there saying if you can identify her by her 17 tattoo. How? With her shirt off, because it's under her boobie.
Yeah, it was under her breast, on her ribs. So unless she's running around without clothes on,
was she
you're
running
not
around
gonna
in
be
a
able to
bikini?
identify
Like,
her.
I don't understand like how you guys are even telling people like this is how you could identify her. She has a 17 tattoo on her rib cage. Who's saying it?
It's not like she has it on her forearm or on her
Yeah.
ankle or
It's an identifying marker. What?
yeah. And then when you found her, it was down on her hip.
Yeah, and they didn't do any DNA like the dental records. That don't make no sense to me at all.
No.
Like, that's the first thing. Like, when you have a drowning victim, the first thing they do is DNA and dental records.
Mm-hmm.
Because she was so badly decomposed. Remember, she was in water for 16 days. She didn't have no eyeballs. That's why we couldn't take a fucking vitreous fluid sample. Like, I want to know how her body shrunk, how her lungs got smaller, how her tattoo slid.
Aaron also asked a good question. How was there still blood in her diva cup if her body was in the water for 2 weeks? But there was no blood in her body to test.
Yeah, I remember.
But there was still blood in her diva cup.
And they couldn't test because the water replaced her blood. Dude, when I heard that,
eyes,
dude, that
she didn't have eyes, but she kept her diva cup in.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah.
Huh? For real.
No.
I'm just saying, like.
Yeah, like there's how on that like on Kiely's autopsy itself, and then when you look at Trinity's autopsy, like I'm just being real here, you guys. They claim this little girl ran down the street, ran through all these thickets enough she took her own shirt and all kinds of weird shit off. She even changed her pants, y'all. She ran through all these woods, but she ain't got no wounds on the bottom of her feet. The place that would get the most damage from running through that shit, there ain't nothing wrong with them, y'all.
They were clean.
Yep. And I still think that with the way that those dogs lost her scent at the end of the driveway, somebody picked her ass up, and ain't nobody think to do a rape kit on this little girl. When
her pants weren't even around her waist.
Thank you. She had no shirt on and her pants are down at her waist. And the bruising that she has on her sounds like this little girl was assaulted.
Yeah, her
dumped.
Were down to her thigh.
And nobody decided to continue investigating the possibility that this little girl was sexually assaulted and dumped into woods to make it look like who was told to tell the narrative that she ran away. And maybe she did run away, but somebody picked that little girl up too.
And then somebody disposed of her.
And you guys are buying what this coroner is, the bullshit he's coming up with. Like, this is when his autopsies aren't even credible because there's white out on the fucking document.
Yep.
And like looking at Amy Morris's case and seeing what that town does to these families that look for answers, it's no wonder why people just accept it for what it is, because the bullshit run around that we get calling law enforcement to get answers is the same exact thing they're doing to these families. Like, these families are literally hiring private investigators to look for their 15-year-old daughter that has been missing for 13 weeks now.
Yeah.
And they still don't know where their 15-year-old daughter is. She's probably 16 by now. That's how long she's been missing.
Exactly.
And like, we're just turning a blind eye to the fact that law enforcement is not looking for these children. They're not being held responsible or asking the right questions. And my question is, do you know what's happening to these children and you're just taking money to make it go away? Or are you really not able to do your job? Because any which way you look at it, like, the people that work as your deputies and your sheriffs, they need to be evaluated. It's not acceptable from our law enforcement that took an oath to protect and serve. I don't understand what Placer, Nevada County, like, who are you protecting and serving? The money in your town? Like, why are so many people afraid to come forward and like say anything? Like, the American people should not live in fear of their own law enforcement or their own town. Like, you should feel safe. And the fact that so many people tiptoe around the Kiely Rodni's case and Trinity Backus's case and like all of these cases that you guys are just, yeah, that was a suicide. No, it really wasn't. There is no way that somebody can stab themselves 10 times through their fucking rib cage and kill themselves. Total of 18 stab wounds. And you're telling me that man commits suicide? I don't buy it. Sorry. And it's not just Kiely Rodni of why I won't let up. It sounds like a Placer and Nevada County problem.
Yeah.
It sounds like a Truckee problem. It sounds like an Auburn problem. Yes, there's common denominators here. And if you're not going to investigate these people that last saw Kiely Rodni, I'm going to start shedding light on a whole lot of cases that tie it all together, that somebody is clearly on a level of jurisdiction not doing their fucking jobs. You're not that overwhelmed with people stealing lawn ornaments and shit. I'm sorry. You're not that caught up in fentanyl busts that your children are still dying from fentanyl. There's no way possible that 19,000, prove it, 19,000 man hours were put in looking for Kiely Rodni when you flew over her car that should have been there. How many times? I would love for anybody that was in a helicopter or a plane over Prosser Lake that ran that equipment. Like, I am pretty sure the reason why nobody's talking about certain things is because the FBI has that information. I think they have the LiDAR scans. I think they have all of that. All I want to know, was Kiely's car there at that moment, or was it not? And if it was not, and like I should back off of the things that I talk about, I would just contact me. I just want to know what I'm supposed to be doing here, because I can't stop talking about it until I see something happening for this little girl. For these people, something is going on. And it's not just Kiely Rodni. At this point, I can't unsee what I know now. I can't. It's too late for that. Fuck, if this was my town, you better believe I'd be doing the same exact thing. But I don't have this problem in my town. I'd be watching people in my own law enforcement going to prison for 40 years because they trafficking shit. You got caught up, you did the crime, go pay your time and your diligence and own up to the shit that you do. We have lawyers that go to jail. We have we have politicians that go to jail. Like, that's how it should be. Is if you commit a crime, it doesn't matter what your status or your money is. Like, you go to jail for it. Wait, what?
What?
I'm confused. Chris Harder, do you see that?
Yeah, what? Yeah.
Can you reword that, honey? I'm not sure what you're saying. And he forgets to film the gear the car was in. I don't think he got that far in the car. Like, he freaked the fuck out when he realized there were remains in it. You can see he panicked. You can hear it in his breathing. That's why he never assesses the front of the car.
Yes, there was remains in it, and he came back up.
Yeah, he freaked. Like, you could tell
seen what he's seen.
That very last of the clip, like after he confirms that there's remains in the car, you can tell he's panicking in the way he wants to go look at the front of the car to reassess it, and then he goes back, and then he comes back again, and he darts up Like, if you play that in real time, he wasn't down underwater for very long.
Not at all.
I don't even think it was 4 minutes, to be honest.
No, not at
It
all.
wasn't that long. He definitely freaked the fuck out, because normally, and I'm not, like, I would freak the fuck out too. If that was my first dive, and my first dive is seeing a child in the back of their car, I would freak the fuck out too. Like, I would lose my breath. It would freak me out.
Yes.
I think that he did a wonderful thing, and them filming, like, could you imagine if it was an AWP and whoever assessed that didn't get it on film?
Yeah.
Like, I am so thankful that they did document what they did. Like, I truly feel for Nick, because he has to be, in some ways, like, trying to heal from this too. And I do. Like, I worry about him. That's why I try to not ask questions, but I have so many questions. But there's a lot of questions I won't ask him out of respect. For, I'm sure that was traumatizing, guys. Like, that would be terrible. But look at these men bouncing back after everything's been said and done, and they're still doing search and rescue of some kind. It's
sure
beautiful.
It's
beautiful. Yeah.
Because no matter what, it's going to stop their purpose.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, Barbie, we can meet them all over here. So,
and it blows my mind that this town is not thankful for them, that they like treated them the way they did. Like, you're thanking people for getting their fucking folded tables, and you can never, like, in all of that ceremony that wasn't even about Kiely, it was all about all y'all. You couldn't stop for 1 second and thank these gentlemen. Like, you didn't even have to say AWP. If Jared tainted the name, okay. You could have thanked Nick Wren and Josh Cantu and Doug Bishop and Carson. Like, you could have thanked these men personally, like you thank these people for their fucking tables.
Right.
Like, it just, I don't understand how a town that just wanted her to be brought home, they found your baby, your community's daughter, the Neiman girl. They found her, and somehow what? Is it because, they weren't supposed to go in Prosser? That's what it was, huh? That's why you're so angry. Because they did what law enforcement said. Don't do, guys. We're good here, huh? And that is suspect is in itself. Your response to AWP is so telling that the more that I look at this case, the more I can't look away from it, because it's just fucking appalling.
It's louder than the times you've never said her fucking name.
Yeah. And you guys are mad at me because I'm doing this for Kiely. Like, think of that. Okay. An absolute internet stranger cares more about this girl than you do. Go fuck yourself. Like, the best thing you could do for Kiely right now is get her justice. Make sure that her justice does come. Like, I just don't understand who we're protecting here. Like, I can't stomach it. Like, I can't stomach. How do you look at each other in the eyes? How do you break bread with these people knowing damn well some weird ass shit?
Grocery store?
Yeah, like I wouldn't be able to do it.
How do you check out at the grocery store knowing that more than half the people in there know?
Yeah.
Or more than half those people looked for your daughter.
Yeah. Not only that, like, so many of your own town folk question and know that her death was no accident, but nobody's talking about it. Like, a lot of your community knows that this little girl's death was not an accident. And you guys sit there and look at these people in their faces and greet them and pretend, and you're so fake that you, like, I just can't, like, how. I would love for the people that want their voice to be out there, that know information. I want them to know that my P.O. box is always open.
My email's always open.
I am fighting for this girl's justice, no matter which way it has to play out. Like, I don't care if I have to start at making sure that we hold our law enforcement, because that is the reason why there are law enforcement. Like, they took an oath. And your law enforcement failed Kiely Rodni. And we're like, you guys are okay with chalking it up with, oh, well, that's a mistake. That's something to learn from. What? Like, you guys are out here thanking them, but like, what did they do other than make it look like something it wasn't? Like, I'm sorry, that child, if she drove her car into the water that night, prove it. Like, every shred of evidence that you've put out there and you put your little badge on it, it doesn't look good for you either. Like, you literally put a picture of Sammy Smith out there, and we're calling that the last known photograph of Kiely Rodni.
Sammy with her 20 feet wide shoulders.
Yes, look at her shoulders,
sorry,
look at her
as soon as
hips,
Army
look at her
posted that
chest
out,
tattoo.
I can't stop looking at the shoulders. Army posted that out, and it was.
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah. Kiely doesn't have shoulders like that. She don't have hips like that. She don't got a face like that. She don't got a hairline like that. Like, anybody that looks
Army.
at that is like, yeah, that's Kiely Rodni.
Yep, there you go, Army. MR ducks right there.
MR ducks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. See all them ducks? See them ducks? Yeah.
Yep.
MR ducks. Oh, look. MR ducks right there. Look. I'll be MR ducks. Yeah, like, I don't understand why these people that took their time out of their lives are not questioning the authenticity of the coroner's report. Like, there's so much missing from there and so much added. Like, if you are a community member or you live in Truckee and you care about Kiely and you haven't seen her autopsy report, what we can't seem to let go, if you email me, I will send you a PDF copy of that, and you could take a look at her autopsy. And then when it makes sense to you, you come to me and tell me why that autopsy explains away how that girl accidentally drowned with no water in her lungs. Okay, let me know.
No water in her baby lungs.
Yeah, in her baby lungs. Yes.
Yeah.
Make it make sense. When somebody makes it make sense, I will shut the fuck up.
Yep.
Because so far,
when you show me
Megan hasn't done it. She made it worse.
One video of a party. Show
no
me
offense.
one video of a party.
No offense. SF hasn't made it make sense. He's added fuel to a fire that just they can't put out.
Lord have mercy.
Nobody in law enforcement, no official, no person that has the ability to make us shut up or prove a point. Like, no official, no CHP report, none of that. None of that is out there.
You guys didn't even come out with a community presser to say that it was a body. Y'all just
like, none of it.
Social media and let it go.
Like, it blows my mind. I still think this might have been Zanime, man. I would love to know. Because only 2 people went up this trail that day. Like, Brittany Boitano, if you're out there and you would like to reach out to me. And Taylor Martin. I have never heard these names in my life. And Taylor Martin, check this out, y'all. Taylor Martin showed up at Prosser on 8/13 as well and walked the same route that Anna Manick did. So, I'm just curious. And she said that week she was there, she kayaked like 200, what was it, miles or some shit? This Taylor Martin spent almost 50 miles just at Prosser walking around or whatever. Where did Taylor Martin go? Okay, so she went, ow, doggy, you're hurting my leg, you're hurting my leg, you're hurting my leg. Thank you, get down. I just want to see what direction she came from. Okay, she walked. Huh. That's weird. Zanimate, will you please let me see the rest of your video? Come on. I wish Zanime.
What was the other name?
Taylor. Okay, so we
got
Taylor. Taylor Martin and Brittany Boitano. Those are the only two people that, unless there's a JP and a JJ, but they never, like, they go up a whole different side that Zanime would have walked. Like, I just want to know what app Zanime used. Because if we're literally going off of what is out there as far as people that did search and rescue, like, these are the only two people she could have been. And I'm sorry, if I'd have went and done something like this and shit seemed suspicious, I'd lie about my name too. So I can't blame people here. I understand why some of these Truckee locals come around in the chats with 2 initials for names. I'd be scared too, bruh. But yeah, that. Is there any specific area you want me to look, Lala? Dude, these are like, but this is like very similar moves to Zanime. This is strange. Who's the orange one? Terry Ole. Let me zoom in a little bit. We got JP, JJ.
Hey, I need you to spell
Terry
that
Ole.
Brittany's last name.
Oh, Boitano? It's like Brian Boitano. Hold up. Boitano. Boitano. And it's Brittany 2 T's ANY. Brittany. Yeah, there's coordinates. Yeah, I like the coordinates. Like if I literally went through and marked all of these, here, I'll just mark them all. Let's see. Like somebody found a flip-flop, blood trail. Like this is how you know people are nervous as fuck and they don't want to tell nothing about nothing. Like who either A, planted this blood trail and didn't want to admit to putting the blood there, or 2, because there's only one person that walked past this blood trail. Was she too scared to link her name to it? Was it not
Got
her
it.
at all? Oh, get it, girl.
What give me another one. Not those.
Like another person I would like to ask questions to is this Amanda Appel or Apple. Amanda Appell. Like, and I'm saying, like, I would not put this information out here. Like this, the information like this. Like, I'm just curious if she's the one that saw a little bit of blood and was like, oh, I want to report it, but I don't want my name attached to it. Or if somebody searched that day and like, I would think it was her. And like, I don't want anybody to go bother these people. Because like, see, you have the blood trail here and then you have the flip-flop found. And the only person that walked that path was her. Like nobody else would have been in, like who reported this? Did somebody insert this narrative? Like, was this reported and law enforcement didn't do anything and that's why we didn't hear nothing about it? Because you didn't hear them about them going and testing the blood or anything to see if it's human or animal or it's kind of weird. You know what I mean? They got paid how much was it? How much money did they make off this little girl's death? Was it 3.5 or 2.5 million? But yet they didn't even like do any type of investigation. Kind of, sort of. And then this would be the sanctuary. Like this is where they're claiming the party was. I just don't buy that the party was here in this part of the woods. I'm sorry.
Right.
I don't buy that the party was there. I don't. And besides, okay, like their quiet time is 10 o'clock. How are you having a party until 12:30 at night with music playing in the background? Everybody's I bet you not. I bet you all, if you're having a big ass party that is going to echo off the water and all these campers that are trying to hang out with their families and trying to sleep and have a good time around a fire, I bet you they're complaining about your music.
Thank you, Holly.
Like anybody that camped at Prosser Creek, what is it called? Family campground, family camp group, whatever. If you camped out here from August 5th to August 6th. Can you please get a hold of me? I would like to know what you heard. Like, I would love to get a hold of Jen and her boyfriend. Because they're the ones that saw the mass exodus. Which I don't understand how they saw a mass exodus because they were camped down here. Like, you had all these campers camping out here, but nobody came forward to talk about that weekend. It's weird. And this area has, I think it's like 28 or 32 lots. Odd to me. Very odd. Like, you had all these people looking for her. Look at all these names. All these names. So sad. Like, look at all these names that searched for Kiely Rodni. And you got paid for a search and rescue that proved her car wasn't in the water. And then you got all these people that could prove they didn't see her. But then you got all these 911 calls that thought they saw her and you didn't look into those.
Mm-hmm.
So how'd you get paid for all these man hours if you actually didn't even do any investigation? Like, what part of the investigation did you actually do? Because you still didn't do what search and rescue did. Like, I just make it make sense. I'm still waiting for you to release your reports. And the people that's on our side were like, we're not going to stop bothering you and asking questions. So you might as well just start answering things and making it make sense. Why does this say search on way out? What? Whose name's this? Search on way out. What is this weird ass? Why would you list something as that?
Your dog's nose.
Huh. That's something.
It's something. That's right.
Like, that's really weird that at Boca, this is Boca, like, this is that, oh man, this. Remember I kept telling you I kept having this weird fucking dream about her car overturned, and this is it. This is what I kept dreaming about. Wow, dude. Wow. So this is where Boca Dam wrote, wow. Huh. I don't know. I think maybe Cece's onto something with Boca, though.
Yeah.
I really do. I got to work my way to Truckee this summer because I need to look at some places. I need to look at some things. And it's just so weird that all the main players live in this area right here between Boca and Prosser.
Yeah, right there.
Like, that's what's fucking crazy to me. Like, I can't get it. I can't, like, y'all, this story, I have to start laughing. I feel like I'm cracking up. It's like the Twilight Zone. Like just when you think it can't get worse, it gets worse.
Oh my God, it does.
So many plot twists and bullshit that you gotta, like, loopholes and rabbit holes and spider webs.
K-holes.
K-holes. For real, dude. Like, I think I gotta be done. This shit just makes it's not that it makes my brain hurt. It makes me so sad for Kiely that we're out here racking our fucking brains while people are sleeping comfy cozy at night.
On the information.
Yes, sitting on the information, the truth. Yep. And the thing of it is like, if you want internet YouTubers to stop talking shit, make it make sense. That's all we're asking you to do is make it make sense.
Give us what we're asking for. We'll shut up.
Yeah, like, make it make sense. That's all I'm asking for. Like, I'm not asking for much. Like, I'm sorry, but if something would ever happen to me, I would hope my friends would sleuth the fuck out of my death if it didn't make sense to them.
I got my daughter over here sleuthing.
Oh, they stressing. What's that? Good. Girl, I get anybody that is willing to look at Kiely Rodni's case. I will give them anything. Like, y'all see what?
She's been looking since day. She's been watching since day one, but she's been over
Good
here.
girl.
She got my whole iPad sleuthing.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Because, like, the more you dig into it, the more you find, and the more you're like, I don't even know what the fuck to do anymore. Somebody else try to help it make sense. Like, and it's just crazy how many people know each other in this case, and it's not just Kiely's story. It's crazy how so many people know so many missing people. It's weird.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, oh, it's common. wait till the snow thaws, and it's like, wow.
Yeah.
Y'all just out here like, yeah, people just die, and oh well, it ain't no new thing.
Yeah,
What?
that person I ran into a couple weeks ago said that. Wait till the snow thaws, they'll find all kinds of bodies. I was like, whoa.
Fucking crazy. Like, I understand people have ski accidents, and accidents do happen.
I mean,
But
yeah.
kids don't just wind up in bodies of water or half naked in the middle of the woods or going out to get science projects and they don't go home.
No.
That's not common. It's not common for a 15-year-old child to run away, 15, okay, mind you, 15 years old, and ain't nobody put a missing person report out. And this family has been trying to get a missing persons put out, and ain't no officials doing that because what they're missing. That's all it's a child, a minor.
Yeah.
That's all you should need. And that's why I'm sorry. But once all is said and done, like, we need to have a Kiely's Law so that this never happens to our children again.
Absolutely.
Like, I am thankful for the laws that we do, but they're broken.
Yeah.
There needs to be a law that when it is a minor child under the age of 18 and they go missing, there should be no reason why their name is not automatically put into an alert system to notify everybody.
Yeah.
Not waiting for a town to put them on their fucking boards that they do highway stuff. Yes. And I'm not stopping until, like, we demand change for our children. Our children are to be protected, and here we are felling them and calling that acceptable. One death of a child is more than enough.
You're killing our future.
And these same politicians are like, women can't abort their children because a fetus matters. Well, you know what? Your minor children matter too.
Yeah, you're 16 years
Why
old.
not worry about the ones that are alive? You're more worried about what's in womb than you are what's in front of you, living and thriving and dying in your water.
Yep.
I'm sorry, it's unacceptable. It's unacceptable, and I demand more from law enforcement. It might not be my town, and it might not be my business, but when I see injustices in a failed system, and it happens to be children, that's where you get me fucked up.
Mm-hmm. You're right.
Your babies are not disposable. They're not. There is no amount of money that should make somebody be quiet when they know something is seriously wrong here. It breaks my heart for Kiely. It breaks my heart for Trinity.
Absolutely.
And I know there's people out there who are like, oh, this crazy bitch ain't gonna never do nothing for none of these cases. Bet. Try me. I don't think you realize how many people we have behind us.
Yep.
And we will keep reaching out to the proper people that we need to get something to happen. I don't care on what level this has to happen. I don't. At this point, I don't care if it's changing our laws. I don't care if it's holding our law enforcement accountable, having coroners' offices investigated, having people investigated. Like, it's worth it. Kiely is worth it. Kiely matters. Trinity matters. Dante matters. Amy Morris matters.
They all do.
Yes, they do. And the fact that so many people have literally turned their backs on these people and are not expecting somebody to be accountable, because I'm sorry, children don't just wander off and die. Women don't just get arrested and die in a jail cell with no answers.
Right.
These are not common things. People don't stab themselves 18 times. That's doesn't. That's not
No.
real life.
No.
And it's really weird that you can have a common denominator that goes to like a coroner's office, or a common denominator that it's the law enforcement. The common denominator is what is scary. Like, these are your officials and you're okay with them. Are you okay with them doing your autopsy? Are you okay if something happened to you? You would want the justice. If somebody murdered you, you'd want that person to be held accountable. Your family would want them to be held accountable. Like, weird things are happening to people in your town and ain't nobody giving a fuck. And so many names matter to me now that I'm looking at it as a whole. Like, there's a problem. There's a problem in our justice system, and I can't look away. We will get justice for Kiely Rodni. I can guarantee you that.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's true. Like, if you are found to be corrupt or doing things for the wrong reasons when you should be upholding your oath that you took to abide and uphold the law, if you're breaking that same law, yes, you should be held accountable.
Mm-hmm.
You should have your license. If you're a practicing doctor and you purposely altered an autopsy to make it fit another narrative, like, I don't know, to make it look like an accident, so I don't know, someone could get insurance monies or something like that, settlement monies for the death of somebody, you should be held responsible. Like, these deaths are not something you can just write off and keep. You've been doing this for decades now. Decades. You're failing your community and you're okay with it. I'm not.
Nope.
I'm not. And anybody who doesn't agree with me, you don't have to agree with me. You can unsubscribe from me. You could go make your own channel and make your own opinion. You can clip my content if that makes you feel better. You could do whatever you want. But no matter what somebody else does, that's not going to stop me from doing what I'm doing. Every chance that I get to do a live, I'm going to keep saying Kiely's name. I'm going to keep saying Trinity's name. I'm going to keep saying Chloe's name. I'm going to keep saying Michael's name and Dante's name. Like, you cannot stop us.
No.
But what I do see is a very corrupt area. And all I want for Truckee is for them to have their town back. Some people are okay with it. I know there's a lot of people that aren't. They're just too afraid to come forward. And that's sad.
It's really
That's sad to me. Because I wouldn't want that for my town. Like, I like the way that my town and my government and my people are. Yeah, we might have a lot of fucking meth heads and crazy shit happening here, but these people that do commit crimes, they do their time. Like,
exactly.
You fuck up, you own it. Like, here they don't fuck around.
Same here.
Like, I love seeing a politician go into jail. I like to see a corrupt law enforcement officer go to jail because they done fucked up and thought that they could use their badge to get away with shit. Not in America. Like, not in America. That should not be going on. There's a reason why we have laws. And I'm sorry, but you're not above the law just because you're law enforcement. Yeah, like, and that's the thing is, like, I've had a couple of truck drivers say that, like, they won't even go through Truckee. Like, they'll go the long way around. Like, that says a lot. Like, a lot of people say stuff about, like, 80. A lot of people say stuff about weird. Oh, my puppy's having a nightmare. Poor baby. Did you hear her?
Yeah, I heard her.
Oh, she's having a nightmare. Oh. Poor baby. But yeah, no, this is what I demand from my town and my locality. And I expect the same from a state that is doing so much more well off, that, like, they should, like, all establishments, all branches of office should be held to a standard.
Yeah.
And it's just, it just seems to me like they're not holding Placer and Nevada County to a standard. Well, it's start looking into them. Start seeing why they're not doing their jobs, why they're not trained. Like, fix the fucking problem because your babies are dying. And I'm not gonna buy it's just, oh, my puppy took off running. You okay, baby? Come here. You scared? He's having a nightmare. Come here. Oh, she took off running in her sleep. Oh, poor baby. Those big old mean people was getting you in your sleep. What was Kitty was getting you? Oh, it's a poor baby. Like, I want to see our system stop failing children. I want to see better for certain people. Like, I don't have to worry about that in my area. I don't have to worry about that in a lot of my state. Like, the worst problem we have is Philly. And Philly is a whole nother, I mean, they're working on it. All we can do is, we as citizens, to demand better from our country. And I'm sorry that mine so happens to be Truckee, California. I'm sorry if you wouldn't fucking fell so many people, I wouldn't be looking at you side-eyed right now.
Exactly.
And then, like, the more I look, the more I'm like, holy shit, this goes back to, like, Carly Guzzi. Like, they still ain't even found that little girl.
No.
Like, they just totally gave us, she just wandered off in the desert.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just let it go.
Like, you're like, you literally have YouTubers out there 5 years later flying their fucking drones in hopes to find, like, some type of human remains. Like, this is how badly their system is failing their children. That their people are just wandering off and ain't nobody finding them. And then you just forget about them. Like, what happened to Carly Guzzi?
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. And it's all in the same area. And it's the same failure in the same system. Squirrels are coming, Truckee.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sorry they don't like me. I don't care. I'm not for everybody. Shit. I wasn't even everybody for some of my friends. I don't care.
No.
Still not a me problem. I'm content doing what I'm doing. Yeah, these poor babies. Like,
horrible.
I'm sorry, but if this was my town and it was an ongoing problem, like you're failing not only the adults in your town, but you're failing your children at this point. Like, and what I couldn't peel myself away from was the fact that it was like on a month to month to every other week to, like, when you really pay attention to it, like, your babies are going missing and, like, nobody's doing nothing about nothing. Like, you're not letting the media portray it. Like, why are you putting a cap on everything? Why are you making it so hushed? You got boogeymans in your closet. You got skeletons. What's about to pop out? Because I know what's popping out. I don't like it. And it's not what I want to be focused on. I want to be focused on these kids getting their justice.
We got a girl in my area that went missing off a school bus. Shit, I was in elementary school, maybe. It had been 30-something years ago. I think it just came up on her 30 years, something like that. And do you know they found her, unfortunately. They found her deceased. But do you know they still, every single year, they run her thing every year and they're still looking for her killer. And it's insane. It's something that's never left any of us. And we all still advocate for that.
Like, and that's the thing is, like, your town should be demanding answers.
Definitely.
Army for Jesus. I fucking love all the people in my
We
chat
have
right now.
We have
Good
another
people.
one. We have another one in Plant City, and they're looking for her. They can't even find this girl. This girl just, her car ended up on the railroad tracks missing. That's one I'll bring to you, Sheehan, and I'll address it on another live. But it's been like 2 years, 3 years. Can't find her. Found her car,
and
everything.
that's the one you want to start verbalizing, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just
I would like
insane.
to. I would like to get her name out there.
Definitely, but it's just it's insane. Like, oh yeah, Mama Smurf. Yeah, the one from Plant City.
Yep.
I can't think of what her name is right now. It starts with a C.
It's okay. My brain's so fried from
Taylor. Her last name's Taylor.
Okay.
But anyways.
Okay.
Yeah, she just it's just insane. It's insane that, like, nobody's fighting for Kiely. Nobody's fighting for these kids out there.
Like it's almost like they bought the autopsy report, and I feel really bad for people that actually bought the autopsy, that she drunkenly drove herself into water with her 9-foot arms and legs with no water in her lungs. Like, and I'm not trying to call people out and make them feel stupid, but like, please just wake up. Please wake up to the reality that that autopsy really fucking smells.
Yep.
The toxicology doesn't make it any better.
No.
Like, law enforcement better hope and pray like that nothing ever happens to my child like that, because I would not let that shit rest. Like, I will be with picket signs and all making sure shit happens for my kid. Like, you better hope I don't ever roll up in a truckie with a group of friends, because you're not gonna like us.
Yep.
But I'm sorry, if I was that town, I'd be protesting at that courthouse every day. I would be going to the general attorney's office, making phone calls. Like, I would not be letting up off shit.
Yeah, Mama Smurf. Her last name is Taylor.
Yeah, I can't think of the top of my head either. Like, I was deep diving some shit right before this live, and I was like, oop, I gotta get out of this fucking this hole that I had dug. Like, I had like 30 tabs open. I was like, better close this, better close this. That's why I dropped so much shit in Discord real quick. Because I was like, I was on my own little adventure.
Yeah.
What are you doing, dog? Why are you afraid of the box? Why did you have a really bad dream? Do you need cuddles? Do you need cuddles? Mama wants cuddles anyway.
All right, babe, I'm gonna go off here. It's my
I know, I am too. I'm done. Like, I'm gonna start doing lives. I'm gonna try to do them a little bit earlier so it works for everybody else. That way I'm getting time to relax at night, because I think that's what's keeping me up so late is like I will be on here till midnight, and then my brain won't stop working, and then I go into Discord, and then I'm there for another hour. Like, I can't keep doing this to me. I need to learn what downtime is, because it feels really good to sleep. I be liking this shit. Sleep is good.
It's great.
But what I would like to try to do is, if I can't do a live like Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, like, I would like to at least sleep enough that I'm making enough time that I'm dropping videos on a regular basis.
Yeah, definitely.
And when I'm doing like marathon lives, like, it ain't working for me. We're gonna get Army for Jesus up here by Wednesday. I'll bet you have this bitch up on here speaking her mind, because look, I love the way that woman's mind works. Today, her and I sat, I think I talked to her for something like 6 hours today, yo. And we just couldn't stop bouncing theories off of each other and sleuth. Like, that's what I love the most, is live sleuthing, you know?
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, if you could look into the Brittany and that other name, that'd be great. And I would like to have some type of contact, even if you could just give me a contact, or if you could reach out to them. Like, I just got some questions. I ain't trying to be rude about her or not like that. I'm trying it a different way, y'all. I'm trying to be nice.
Yeah, of course.
All right, y'all. We're going to hop off here. Thank you, Lala, for being up here. I love you, baby. Have a great night.
Love you too, honey.
Get that morning.
Smash that like on the way out.
Yep, it helps. Thank you for all my mods, for all the work that you guys do for me. Thank you for everything in Discord. My squirrels. God bless all y'all. I will see you probably over in Discord for a short bit.
Y'all have a good night.
All right, baby. I love you.
Love you too, honey. All right. Bye, guys.